Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. Yes, I got my first haircut since probably January. I hope you guys like it. It feels a lot lighter, but we're here. I know you all care. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about a very, very important topic. Well, not really, but this article caught my eye. I get the question all the time from real estate investors, should I become a realtor? And while this article would make you want to become a realtor, because basically they're promoting it, they're saying realtors are making big money flipping houses, but should they? Do a lot of realtors I know own properties? Yeah. Do some of them flip? Yeah. Do the majority of real estate agents own anything or invest in any real estate? No. I would say, so this is my opinion. I've not taken a stat. I would say the general population, I would say 97% of people don't own rental real estate in the general population. I'm going to tell you in the realtor population, 92% of them, 90 to 92% of them do not own any rental real estate or do not flip houses other than maybe their own personal residences. So we're talking about such a small portion again, right? Yet this is the news bias, right? So they need that big headlines for you to click on it. I mean, in newspaper world, you wouldn't call it clickbait, but if I did it, we call it clickbait. Double standard here. And they have a couple examples. And to be honest with you, I know some realtors who have flipped some properties lately that should have been in this article way more than these people. Like somebody bought it this is why she's a city councilor and an EXP real estate agent. I don't know what it has to do with anything, but anyways, is a real estate agent. They bought it in November, by the way, in a bidding war. So they were in the general bidding war with other people. It was listed for 355, sold for 365, which was the market price, I guess. They came in, they painted, put in new kitchen cabinets, new lighting, new toilet, new bathroom sink. So November, January, they put it back on the market, 399. Obviously, we know that the market from November to January was decent. Like they made good money just from owning it there. Plus, they did some work, and the property sold for $450,000. They probably got it for 365, paid their taxes, paid whatever on there, and probably put 15, 20 grand in. Maybe. So they made a decent profit. Good for them, right? Like, I mean, the former owner could have done that work and got very close to that amount. Yet we don't know their circumstances. They didn't have time. They needed to move quickly. They didn't have the resources to do it. They were happy to sell it for 355. And then we dive into this. They have Bob Aaron commenting on it. When homes are put on the market, I don't see anything wrong with realtors buying and flipping them, which is a fair point. If realtors are buying, like I go to a listing appointment and say, hey, listen, you want to list your home for $450,000? You know what? I'll just buy it for $450,000, no commission. Don't worry about it. And yet I probably could have got them 550 on the market. So that's where there's some conflict, of course. But if I'm buying a property that's been listed on the market, I'm either in a bidding war, it's been listed for so long I can negotiate on it. Where's the issue with that, right? But obviously the critics question the ethics, pointing to the expertise that gives realtors a competitive advantage in an already competitive market, where young people and first-time home buyers are finding themselves completely shut out or increasingly shut out. So a realtor is taking the time to get the knowledge, but I mean, I know most of my real estate investor friends are way more knowledgeable of real estate than 99% of the realtors I know. So therefore, they are insider trading as well. I don't know. Guys, I read this stuff and sometimes I just go, I just shrug, right? Like this is a good graph here. Huge piece of the housing pie is owned by investors. So 1/5 of all properties in Canada are owned by investors, where in Toronto, and so this is weird. So they put Toronto and Hamilton together in the same graph. I don't know why. And then Montreal and Ottawa. We could have had 3 or 4 different graphs on there, but here's the thing. So Toronto, Hamilton, 22.7% of all housing stock is owned by investors, whereas Montreal, Ottawa is only 19%. And I'm going to say that's due to some affordability and just probably age of some of the homes there. And like, I know obviously in Toronto, like some have been rental. I don't know. Who knows? But they got some, I'm not going to mention the name on here. I'll post a link to the article. But they got some guy on here, and I don't know who he is. I don't know how do they pick the realtors for this article? Like this guy, they comment who's a realtor and with a broker I've never heard of, and who knows what he does. I didn't look up his numbers or anything. Why do they just pick him? Because well, I know why they pick them, and someone not like myself, because they'd call me and ask me about realtors flipping properties, and I'd be like, yeah, so what? And I'd probably agree with Bob Aaron that's you're buying a property on the market, selling it on the market. Where's the competitive advantage? Which is weird. I'm agreeing with Bob Aaron. Sometimes I do that, not all the time though. We've had some nice discussions. I thought this was an interesting stat. So in 2014, there were 70,000 realtors. Now there's 94,000. And again, this is about should you become a realtor if you're an investor. I mean, there's lots of realtors out there. Yet, do we have access to more information than the general public? I guess yes and no. Like, I mean, I know so many people on MLS now and, House Sigma and all these types of things. So they have the same data. And like, to be honest with you, there's so many wholesalers that are making more money than most realtors make on a per transaction basis on some of their larger ones, not all of them. So it just, I don't know. Is there more regulatory thing if you become a realtor? I've never really encountered that. I've been able to buy properties, no issue. I just say, hey, listen, I'm a realtor. And if I think for whatever reason that person might come back and sue me, I have them sign a separate piece of paper, which I did have somebody do, and then they sued me after. And it's always the one you help out the most. At the end of the day, all realtors have to disclose what they buy. They got to disclose they're a realtor. I go that extra step typically and say, I'm buying it for this purpose, and I'm not, especially if I'm the agent, I'm double ending it, which I've done. I've bought properties like that. I make sure I take that extra step because it doesn't cost you anything to do up front, and it could cost you on the back end. Again, this broker, and we've talked about this a lot. I'm not going to go into it. We have a housing crisis right now. Should market participants whose job is to represent the best interests of their clients really try to capitalize on it for themselves? I'm just going to leave that there for a minute and just say, hell yeah. Some people have limited mindsets. I know people watching this video do not have that. You guys are all abundant. You guys are all legends. I do have one favor to ask you. I am looking for a researcher. So I come up with topics. I would love somebody to do some research for me, just fact checking, stuff like that, just so we can provide more and better content for all you people out there in the wonderful YouTube universe. So if you have somebody, maybe just reach out to me on Instagram. We'll put my link down below. And thanks everybody. Have a great Thursday. We'll see you guys Monday.